بالنفس قامت،
زلزلت كل الثوابت، رجعت حقيقة نامت.
إن بوابة الجحيم تنهزم من نفس قامت، تنهزم من نفس قامت.
Actually, I was going to answer somebody, but then I did watch some of his videos. I remember him. This guy is a poor guy, you know, like I don't want to make fun of him. He might hurt himself. So I changed the topic, and because, you know, in one of his videos, he mentioned that Muhammad, if Muhammad is advising the Muslims, if Muhammad, Muslims today, he's saying Muslims today, they don't insist of circumcision. And then he said if Muhammad was not circumcised, that will not make him from Ishmael, which means he thinks that Muhammad was circumcised. Nowhere in Islamic tradition, anywhere it says that Muhammad ever been circumcised. However, let us leave this poor guy. These days anyone can grow a beard and, you know, his hair go crazy and he think he's Einstein. But Einstein is only Einstein. There's no two Einstein. Otherwise, being bald or having crazy hair doesn't make you Einstein. We hear always in Christian churches, not only between Muslims, many ignorant who they say that Ishmael, he is the father of the Arab. And sadly, I say ignorant because you might hear someone, he is even a priest, saying that. First of all, the word Arab is not even an ethnic. The word Arab is a word mean people of the desert. Whoever live in the desert, he is an Arab. As simple as that. In other words, it's the same as the word you use for Bedouin. So when you say Bedouin, you mean Arab. When you say Arab, you mean the Bedouin. Low value? Maybe from your side, because from my side, it's very good. Is my voice good, guys? Increase the value? All right, let us see. We will check the setting. Sound is weak. Interesting. Okay, let me check why. This is what happened when you have 4 wives and you are a prophet, and then your wives became 13 and 14. And you know, the wives, they play with the things you have. I mean, like a microphone, etc. I told them, don't even get close there. But what you can do, I mean, give me a second, please. It's not easy to be a prophet these days. Now the Muslim, they will say Christian Prince claim to be a prophet. Yeah, the one who will do that is the best video editor, Mimi Hijab. Did you say that? Did you say you're a prophet? No, Abdul, I was joking. However, if Muhammad can be a prophet, I mean, anyone can be a prophet. Let me prophesy some of the prophecy of your prophet. There's a joke about Muhammad, where a guy, he came to him and he says, my wife, she is going to deliver a baby. What do you think is going to be? Muhammad, he said, deliver it. No? Deliver, and you know, he did not answer. Then the guy, his wife, she delivered the baby, and he came to the prophet, and he said to him, prophet, my wife, she delivered a baby. So the prophet said, it must be a boy. The guy, he said, no. The prophet then, he said, it must be a girl. And then the Bedouin, he was amazed how the prophet was able to find out. Now let us see how we can make the sound better. Okay, now is the sound stronger from your side? Is the sound better? I'm afraid if I make it louder, you guys might go deaf. Is it good now? Am I heard? Hello, hello. All right. Is it sound good or no? Is it so strong? Good, no? Loud and clear? Okay. So the question is Ishmael from the Arab? You see, for me, once actually I have an argument with someone is an Middle Eastern Christian. And, you know, we grow in the Middle East and we hear things and, you know, we go to school and, you know, we are like, we don't want to use the word brainwash, but it's somehow it is like this. Because we grow up in a society and we take for granted what we hear. Nobody want to go study, investigate. Before I start actually, I decided to show an article written by a bishop, an Aramaic bishop, who speak Aramaic fluently. And this is his language actually. He's an Aramaic bishop. Let me see if I can put the image for you here, the article. Give me a second, please. Now the article in Arabic, but doesn't matter really. We can share the link and you can use Google Translation from your side. And you can search actually the article yourself and you can read it. Now, I am not trying to prove my point from an article, but those people, they don't say things unless it is accurate. Here, American Foundation for Syriac Studies. And in order to be teaching in such an organization, you have to be the top, and the guy is a bishop for millions of people. You go there and you will see where he is explaining the word Arab and Arabo. Let me zoom in. It says here, العرب كلمة سامية قديمة معناها سكان الصحراء أو البيداء. The word Arab mean it's you know, from the Sami origin, from Sam, and from the language of Sam, and mean the inhabitants of the desert, or you know, Baida is like, you know, there's a desert and there is the one, it's in the way to be a desert, or you're getting closer to the desert as get like you will see some green, but it's not desert yet. So those people who live in those places, they call them Arab. It is not a nation. Whoever live in the desert, he is an Arab. All right. So and you know, all the origin of the word is not even Arabic, which is funny. I mean, it's not even the Arab who call themselves Arab. I mean, those who live in the desert, it was the Aramaic people. And here you see how funny it is that now today you have a name people use and you call yourself, but in fact the one who gave you the name, it was not you, it was the Aramaic. Now the word Arab, by the way, is not only mean, or doesn't mean only people who live in the desert, it means people who they are savage. So it's kind of like if somebody, he did not take a shower for long, you know, like he's a Bedouin, you know. So this is Arab. It can be used even for someone who is not an Arab as a way to describe his situation, let's say. And here he's explaining to us how the words came to the existence today. All right. You can search. Actually, I'm going to post the link for you guys. Give me a second. Let me copy the link. I will post it for you in the chat, so you guys can use Google Translation from your side, and you can translate. Someone saying lose with Nini. Our friend, this Nini is an idiot. He don't even have high school. Bring me somebody. You know, when I talked to him, we were in the chat room, and he agreed that your prophet have boom boom with the goat. I mean, what are you talking about? Boom boom with the goat. He agreed. Go and watch the, you know, the conversation between me and him. And the Muslims then they were making fun of him, attacking him badly for what he did. So you are an idiot. And actually, I think it is you who is mentioning his name, because his name nobody mentioned except himself. Now, so here in this study is showing us where the word Arab is coming from. Have nothing to do with a nation. Arab are not a nation. It's a mix of people who they are. Actually, even if you go and search in the Hebrew, you will find the word Arab mean mix, the mingle. You know, the one is mixed. It's not the one who they are pure. You know, pure in which way? We are losing internet. Very good. Uh-oh. All right. I hope we are not going to lose the internet. Let me see. This is what happened. My internet. I hope we are back. Okay, I think now we are back. So, even if you search in the Hebrew, you will find what I'm talking about. However, still this might be not convincing for some people because they are arrogant and they don't want to listen, right? If you don't want to listen, then nobody can convince you of anything. Okay. But this is the origin of the language, and this is what you know, what the reality is. Like as an example, Aramaic, it was a title or a word given. You know, where you live, it's where you will be called. As an example, Aramaic is the children of Aram, and Aram or Aramaic is a name of those who live in a high land. As you see, so the Aramaic are people who live in the highland, and the Arab are people who they are mixed, many ethnic groups. They live in the desert and they are desert people. Now let us see here some reference from the Bible. You know, always the Muslims, they try to show you things, you know, they claim that Muhammad is from Ishmael, but if there is anywhere in the Quran it says that? Nowhere. How come? You see, how come the Quran, as an example, mention, like as an example, chapter 29, verse number 27, that Allah, He gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and from his seeds, the prophethood. Okay, why Allah mention? Because if this is the book made by Allah, so the one is talking here is Allah, right? Which is, we know, it's Muhammad. So why Muhammad here, he dropped Ishmael? If Muhammad claiming to be from Ishmael, shouldn't Muhammad mention the first, the eldest in the family? How in the world you drop the most important child? For he is the older, or the elder. You see, even in the Middle East today, they call you the father. If you go to Muslim chat room, everybody is Abu, 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 Abu. Abu means father of. So the first child you have is going to be your name. Even the name of the guy, they will call him Abu. Let us say you have a child, his name is Yasser Qadri. The father of Yasser Qadri, if Yasser is the older in the family, they will call his father Abu Yasser. So Ibrahim, based on the Middle Eastern tradition, he should be the father of Ishmael, not the father of Isaac, I mean as a name. Because Ishmael is the elder. So look what happened here. The Quran skipped Ishmael and mentioned Isaac and Jacob. And then after mentioning those two names, says from his seeds will be the prophethood. Where is Ishmael? You know what I mean? From the seed of Abraham, what the Quran chose to mention? Two names. Where is the third? The Muslim, they will say, well, Ishmael mentioned later, but this verse says, from the seed of Abraham, and mention two names, not the three names. From those seeds will be the prophethood, according to the verse, chapter 29, verse 27. Yet the Muslims will not accept. They will say, this is not enough proof. Okay, let us go to Sahih al-Bukhari. Sahih al-Bukhari is a Muslim book, and Muslims will say now what? They will say Sahih al-Bukhari made by a Christian prince, made by the Jews. Look what it says. This is the Muslims reporting the story, and according to Muhammad himself. It's not us, it's not me, you know. Those story narrated from Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, who Muhammad, you know, named him as the scholar of the nation, right? And then you will see that it's Muhammad who mentioned those stories, and they are copying from Muhammad what he said. The Prophet said, this is the source of tradition of walking people between them, as-Safa and Marwa. And here Muhammad is speaking about fabrication, about the wife of Abraham, which is Hajar, and the wife and her son. And look what happened here. Muhammad, he confirmed, and his followers, they confirm that Ishmael, he do not know Arabic. Read carefully. So they settled there, and later on they sent for their family who come to settle with them. So there's some of families become permanent residents there. The child, i.e. Ishmael, grew up and learned Arabic from them. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid statement after this? Somebody will say to you that Ishmael is an Arab. He is the father of the Arab, but he learned Arabic from the Arab. Do you see it? Imagine I go to Indonesia and I am 11 years old, and then I learn Indonesian from the Indonesian, and then I am the father of the Indonesians. You know what I mean? So even their books proving that this is statement or this theory is a joke, is, you know, Muhammad is a fraud. All his what he's trying to do, he wanted to try to get some legitimacy to be from Abraham. Like, I am not from the middle of nowhere, I am from Abraham. Like, hello. But it's obvious that this is stupid. I mean, the guy, I'll go to Germany now, I stay there for 6 months, I learn German, and then I am the father of the German. But the German are already there, and I'm learned their language from them, which means there's a nation, there's a language established, there's people who speak such a language, and then I go there and I learn Arabic, and then I became their father. All right. So it's very silly and very stupid argument when they say such a statement. And actually, you can see more reference in my books about Ishmael being the father of the Arab. And here, in the same time, you know, if I am from Ishmael, does that make me a prophet? No, I mean, do we inherit prophecy? I mean, if my father is a prophet, I will be a prophet too? No. It's about God, you know, he chose people, like, you know, not from everyone from Israel he became prophet. There's chosen people by God who they became prophet, regardless who they are, their fathers. But they are from the children of Israel. Muhammad is not from the children of Israel, and Muhammad is not from Abraham for sure. Number two, Ishmael, he did marry an Egyptian woman. Let me find some reference. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse number 21. Very easy to remember, 21:21. You will see here that he settled, Ishmael, in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother arranged for him to marry a woman from the land of Egypt. So, look what happened now. Ishmael, his father, is an Aramaic man, coming all the way from Iraq. His mother is Egyptian. The wife of Ishmael is Egyptian too. So how he became the father of the Arab? You know what I mean? Do you see what do you see what I'm talking about? So now we have more confirmation that there's no way, even he have nothing to do with the Arab. Even though, by the way, the word Arab means people who live in the desert, doesn't mean an ethnic, as I say. But if we claim, if we say, okay, they are ethnic, somehow they became ethnic. But even, I mean, why the Jews? I mean, long before Muhammad exists. So the book of Genesis is written way before Muhammad even was in the belly of his mother. Why the Jews want to write such a thing? I mean, why they want to lie about it? You know what I mean? So he married an Egyptian woman, and there is then now all the options of having children who are Arab is gone. The Arab themselves, Muhammad himself, the Sahih Hadith confirm that Ishmael, he learned Arabic from the Arab. And if you marry from the Arab, even if you marry from the Arab, does not make your children Arab. The children will follow their father. You know what I mean? As an example, Moses himself, he married a Bedouin woman, Bedouin from the desert. Doesn't make the, we can say they are Arab like as Bedouin. We remember that the word Arab means people of the desert. So, but doesn't mean that children of Moses are Arab. Otherwise, we will say Moses' children are Arab too. So this is a very silly argument. But as you see, even the Bible confirms that Ishmael, he did marry from an Egyptian woman. Then if we go, we will find more reference in Genesis 28, verse number 9. You will notice that Ishmael, he lived very close to his brothers, to the point they are marrying from his daughter, as an example. If he is living far away, they will not even know that he have a daughter. We are not living in the 20th century where you can take a plane and you go there, or people speak in the internet. If Ishmael was living in Mecca, it's going to take them maybe a month or so before they can arrive there. And then if we go to more verses in the Bible, we will see Genesis chapter 25, verse number 10. We will find that Abraham this is about the burial of Sarah, where Sarah was located. Here you will see the death of Abraham. His son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave. So Ishmael and Isaac, they were in the burial, in the funeral of Abraham. Think about it. If Ishmael was living in Mecca, and then in order for the news to come to Ishmael, it needed a month to come to him. And then he needed another month to come and attend the funeral. But he was in the funeral. You know what I mean? That's mean Ishmael, he don't live far away. Maybe a day or two from where Abraham he lived. Remember, I mean, at that time, they cannot let a dead person stay for long, for he will smell bad, and things will go really wrong. They have to bury him as fast as possible. So when we say that his sons Isaac and Ishmael, they buried him, that's mean they are there, and that's mean Ishmael is very close. So how that can be that he was in Mecca? Mecca is like 1,200 mile, I think, maybe like 1,400 kilometer from where Abraham was. You know what I mean? So in order for Ishmael to take a camel or a donkey or whatever, if you want to cross the desert, you have to take a camel. The donkey cannot survive it. Even a horse will, you have to take a lot of water with you. There's no water in the way. So if you take a camel, how long is going to take the camel to be there? So all those things, I mean, there's tons of, we can share endless reference about Ishmael, where Ishmael he lived. Ishmael, according to the Bible, there's many places where it's shown us where Ishmael literally he lived. Let me see if I can find a map. Give me a second. Actually, the map, it was open, I closed it. Okay, let's see where we can find the map. Yep. All right, this is the wilderness of Paran. I mean, it's far away from Mecca. This is in Sinai. And the brothers of Ishmael, they were living around. They were living in that area. So they are not far really from each other. Somebody will say that the Bible says that children of Ishmael, they will be a great nation. My friend, a great nation does not mean, the Bible mentions many, even small number of nations. They will be great nation. Great nation is about, there is something great about them. Let us say something, not necessarily great as good. It can be great as influence. But in the case of Ishmael, nothing bad about Ishmael actually. And some people think that when the Bible says that Ishmael will be a wild man, that's mean those are the Muslims, and the Muslims look at them, they, first of all, Muslims, 95% of them, they are not even Arab. They are not, The Arab is a very small, tiny minority between the Muslims. Secondly, the Arab themselves, they are not Arab, which means they are not really one ethnic. They are a mix of let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Give me a second. We try always to make our statement facts, not just talk. Talk is cheap, right? Let us see. Okay. All right. Let us look here. The word Arab. What the word Arab mean in the Hebrew language? Do you see how the word come? Mix, mingles, mix together, mingle self, mix. Aramic corresponding to Arab, to mingle, self mix. All right. So it's a mix. The Arab are mixed people, and there is people who they have very. I mean, if you look at the people of Yemen who claim to be Arab, they have nothing to do as a look with the people who live in Saudi Arabia. People of Yemen, they are short. Most of the Bedouin, they are taller, way taller. People of Yemen, they have a totally different character. And people, actually, if I show you a picture of those who supposedly are called Arab today. Give me a second. You will find that they have nothing to do with each other. As an example, the king of Jordan, he claimed to be an Arab supposedly, and he's from Mecca, right? What about this guy? He have a blue eyes. Anyway, let us see. I'm trying just to find a picture, like a little bit a clear picture. I'm searching, just give me a second. There's many pictures, but none of them are close to the face, so we can see the difference. Let us see this picture here. This is the king of Jordan, and those are next to him, they are Saudi. Anyone notice any things they share? Nothing. Now somebody will say to you, well, the king of Jordan, his mother, she is rich. Doesn't matter anyway. People of Jordan look different. The more they are, I mean, Saudi, they look different. They are taller, they are skinnier, they have different build. And not all Saudi are the same, depend on the location, which territory you live in. Every territory have different look, have different even accent. And even Muhammad, he mentioned that his people will not be capable to read the Quran in one letter, if you remember. Why? Because those are mixed, they are not Arab. There's nothing called really Arab. Each one of them have his own potato language. So let us see here. This is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, and later he will be the king. And the other one is a ruler from Emirate. Now, you look at them, maybe both they are dressing like Arab, but I mean, as Bedouin people, but they have totally different look. Their eyes is different, their nose is different, their mouth is different. Everything about, even their build is different. Everything about them is different. So you can tell they are two different people. Let us see another one. This is the Prince of Qatar. The second you look at him, you will find yourself looking at someone from Pakistan, because simply he is. All those people there, most of them, they are coming from India, Pakistan specifically. Let us get a close look. Give me a second. All right. This is the father. If you see him, he is not wearing Arabian clothes. If you see him in the street in Pakistan, are you going to recognize him that he is not a Pakistani person? No way. It's impossible. Right? All those people, they are coming from, because they are, you know, Pakistan is very close, by the way. It's just, you know, like a few hours by the boat, you will be there. It's almost across the border. Their even their tradition, their food, their look. This is the Prince of Qatar right now, isn't it? This is a guy from Pakistan. So how those Arab, they look different? I mean, each one of them is coming from different galaxy. Why they are not looking the same? You know what I mean? If when we say Arab, we are talking about ethnic group. If this ethnic group, let us say, mixed, and the majority of it is not from that group no more, then we cannot call them by that group anymore. Let us show you another one. Okay, look at this one. I mean, what does this guy have to do with the Arab? Anyone have an idea? He have a blue eyes. He's blonde. You know, if this guy he walk in Europe, you would think he is European like everybody, right? How this person became an Arab? Look at his wife. How this wife is an Arab? You know what I mean? So what does Arab mean exactly? I mean, when they say Arab, it's a joke. There's nothing it's called. Like when I say Arab, I mean that originally we are people coming from certain area as desert, but it's a mixed area with many ethnic. Nobody knows actually who they are, where they're coming from. It's a big mix. Egyptian are not Arab. This guy is Syrian, is not an Arab. The king of Morocco isn't Arab. They are Moroccan, they are African. What make them Arab? You know, imagine, even the Muslim confirm that 4,000 Muslims occupied Egypt. At that time, there was 4 million Egyptian. You believe it? Somebody will say, how 4,000 can occupy 4 million? Those Egyptians, they are farmers, they are not warriors, and they were controlled by, you know, a little number of Roman for centuries, and the Egyptian give up. Nobody can fight the Roman. And they have no power to fight them. They have no army, they have no leader, they have nothing. The Muslims came, so the 4,000 Arab, they make the whole Egyptian, the 4 millions Arab. It's impossible. But this is what happened always. Islam come, everybody want to attach himself to the one who is victorious. Who is the victorious? The Arab. So it's better for you to say I'm an Arab. Otherwise, you will be not an Arab, and then people will make fun of you. You will not be first-class citizen. And this is why Arab became, it's like saying I am a superior, I'm an Arab. When Osama bin Laden, he went to Pakistan and he went to Afghanistan, right away he became a leader. Why? He's an Arab and he is coming from Saudi Arabia. That alone is a big deal. He is not a Pakistani, he is not an Afghani, he is an Arab. It's a big shot for them. This is why if you go to Indonesia, when they got a sheikh, he is coming from any what they call it Arab countries, like he's like a superstar there. He's an Arab. You know what I mean? Like a big shot. So that made many people, they try to make themselves join such a name, even though this name does not have nothing to do with any ethnic. Even the Arab themselves, as I say, they are not even an ethnic. Same for Muhammad. Muhammad in the beginning, the Arab, they were just Bedouin. They have nothing really to be proud about. So Muhammad, what he can be proud about? Nothing. So he decided to join the one who they are the most honorable. Who are they? Abraham, Isaac. You know what I mean? When you don't have a family, you try to find one. If you don't have, you want to claim to be a king, okay, you are the son of who? You want to be a prince? Who is your father? Which king? So Muhammad was desperate, trying to find a person he belonged to so he can claim something he don't have. And that was Abraham. It was a solution. All right? So Abraham was a solution for Muhammad, not a true inheritance, or let us say lineage. And as you see, even the Muslims, even Muhammad himself in his story, he mentioned that Abraham, when he had his son Ishmael, he went to Arabia, according to Muhammad, and to Mecca, according to Muhammad, and there was nobody there, according to Muhammad. But here we go, we find that he went there and he found the Arab there. And actually, according to Islamic history, if you find my book, if you read my book, you will find that he married from the tribe of Jurham. And, Jurham is the enemy of Muhammad. How he became the father of them? So all this fabrication is just to give Muhammad some papers. Papers, who is your father? Actually, I believe Muhammad, nobody knows who is really his father. For me, I'm just guessing. I think it was Waraq ibn Nawfal. If you have my book, you will see that when Muhammad's father, supposedly the one Muslim claimed that he's the father of Muhammad, he was going to have sex with the mother of Muhammad, the sister of Waraqa. She offered Muhammad father 100 camel to sleep with her. Now the story here is very fishy. I mean, 100 camel to sleep with her. Secondly, that means Muhammad's father was a gigolo guy, like he get paid for sex. So when the Muslim, they mention those stories in their books, that Waraq ibn Nawfal's sister, she offered 100 camel when he was going to have sex with the mother of Muhammad. And then Muhammad's father, after he finished with the mother of Muhammad, he came to her. She said to him, I do not need you no more. She changed her mind. So it looked like she was sent by her brother Waraqa, trying to convince him to stay away from this woman by offering money. And when he did not stay away, the offer is gone. No more money, no more camels. And imagine 100 camel in that time is a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money. So imagine at that time, that will make you really rich. Same time, Islamic books prove that Muhammad was born 4 years after his father's death, which is very stupid even to mention that this guy, his name is Abdullah, and he is the father of Muhammad. And Abdullah, he died, and then his wife, 4 years after, she gave birth to a son. You see, the father and the son both they supposedly they have sex with 2 women in the same night. So when we see the Muslim, they say that Muhammad and his uncle, they are the fruit of sexual relationship in one night. So how Muhammad was born 4 years if Muhammad's father was dead 3 months after? So to make it simple, let us say there's 2 guys, they have sex with 2 women in this night. And then one of them, he died after 3 months. Or let us say 6 months. And then after 4 years, the one who died, the woman he slept with, she gave birth. That is Muhammad. See? So everything is against Muhammad. We don't know who is Muhammad. When a Muslim, even they say that Muhammad, his father, his name is Abdullah. How his name is Abdullah but he don't believe in Allah? How his name is Abdullah but he will go to hell? You know what I mean? If the guy, his name is Abdullah, why he is going to go to hell? Slave of Allah. Right? Muhammad, he confirmed that his father is in fire. So I believe that the real name of Muhammad is unknown. In the Middle East, if somebody is unknown, we say Abdullah Fulan, which means unknown slave of Allah. Unknown person. Abdullah is a name, is a title. You give it to somebody, is supposedly unknown as a person. We don't know. All right? A man asked, where is my father? Messenger of Allah said, your father in hell. When he turned his back, he said, my father and your father in hell. You know what I mean? Of his mother and his uncle. No, you guys, you are mixing things up. No, I'm saying, okay, I made the video about it. You can go and search it. About Muhammad was born 4 years after the birth of his father, but the death of his father. What happened, that family, you know, the family, they go and they get married in the same night. So let us say, I am, let us say, 70 years old. My son is 40 years old. We go, we get married in the same night. From the same family. Even sisters. You know what I mean? And then, what happened, that I die. And then, the woman I slept with was supposed to be my wife 4 years after she gave birth. So this is what happened. Are you getting the point? So both of them, they have children, but one of them is 4 years older than the other one. So the child, which is not from the son of Muhammad, was born 4 years before Muhammad was born. But Muhammad's father was dead already. How that can happen then? You know what I mean?
المسلمين ما بيحبوش يتطرقوا للموضوع ده، لأن الموضوع ده بشكل أو بآخر بيطعن في نبوة رسول الله والعياذ بالله والعياذ بالله، يعني أو مش نبوة رسول الله، بين قوسين بيطعن في شرف رسول الله أو في نسب رسول الله والعياذ بالله طبعا، يعني زي ما أنتم عارفين. فخلينا نبدأ بأول حاجة كده في الموضوع ده، وهو نسب رسول الله. نسب رسول الله. طبعا اخواننا المسلمين دائما وابدا بيقولوا محمد، او بين قوسين العرب من نسل اسماعيل. العرب هم اولاد اسماعيل ابن ابراهيم، ومحمد من نسل اسماعيل. ده الادعاء الاسلامي. طيب هنتنازل، هنفترض فرضا جدلا ان في نبوة من نسل اسماعيل، مع ان الكتاب المقدس واضح وصريح في سفر التكوين بيقول ولكن عهدي مع اسحاق او مع نسل اسحاق. ولكن خلينا نتنازل ونقول ان في نبوة في نسل اسماعيل. خلينا نتنازل. فهنا هنطرح اشكالية كلش خطيرة، وهي ايه الدليل على ان محمد من نسل اسماعيل؟ والعياذ بالله. احنا بقى عايزين نعرف بقى ايه الدليل، هل فعلا محمد رسول الاسلام من نسل اسماعيل؟ طبعا اخواننا المسلمين الموضوع ده حساس جدا، ومش هتلاقي له اجابات شافيه ووافيه في المواقع الاسلاميه وبتاع، واختلف العلماء فيه. العلماء اختلفوا ل 6000 الف راي. خلينا نبدا بالنسب المعروف لمحمد او النسب الشائع ليه. هو في سيره ابن هشام وفي كتاب الانباء في معرفه قبائل الرواه وغيره وغيره يعني. وزي ما شايفين في سيره ابن هشام، في السيره النبويه لابن هشام، هو معروف بسيره ابن هشام الامام ابي محمد عبد الملك بن هشام المعافري. ونبص في صفحه 8 اللي هو ذكر سرد النسب الزكي لمحمد. طبعا بيذكر النسب محمد بن عبد الله بن عبد المطلب بن هاشم بن عبد مناف بن قصي بن زيد بن كلاب بن لؤي ابن كل ده تمام وزي الفل وبتاع. بعد كده يجي يقول لك ابن نزار بن معد بن عدنان لحد عدنان ستوب. بعد كده بيقول لك ايه؟ ويقال، يعني بعد عدنان ابنات بعد كده ويقال، يعني قالوا له كلام، قالوا له ويقال على رأي عادل الإمام قالوا له. ويقال آد ابن لحد ما يجي يقول لك ابن إدريس ابن آدم. حطوا له نسب مش لحد إسماعيل، لحد آدم. طيب خلينا نشوف في الحاشية بتاعت الكتاب بنقول إيه. عايز بس أركز في جزئيتين في الحتة دي. خلينا نشوف حاشية الكتاب بيقول إيه على ويقال بعد كده، وعلى جزئية مهمة جدا جدا، وهي مين من ولاد إسماعيل. هو نابت، يعني النسب القالول اللي مفيش عليه دليل، وهنشوفه بعد كده في الحاشية. بيقول نابت ابن إسماعيل لحد عدنان، وبيقول لك نابت ابن إسماعيل. خلينا نمسك بس في نابت. في الحاشية طبعا بيقول كده، نفس الكتاب ده في الحاشية بيقول عن أبي إسحاق وذكره البخاري إلى قول ابن عدنان، وكذلك ذكره البغوي في شرح السنة، وقال لا يصح حفظ النسب فوق عدنان. قال ابن كثير في البداية والنهاية. قال أبو عمر بن عبد البر في التمهيد في كتاب الإنباء في معرفة قبائل الرواة، وده كتاب اللي هنجيله. روى ابن أبي لهيعة عن أبي الأسود أنه سمع عروة بن الزبير يقول ما وجدنا أحد يعرف ما وراء عدنان ولا ما وراء قحطان إلا تخرسا. وقال أبو الأسود سمعت أبا بكر بن سليمان بن أبي خيثمة وكان من أعلم قريش بأشعارهم ونسبهم يقول ما وجدنا أحد يعرف ما وراء معد بن عدنان لا في شعر شاعر ولا علم علم. اللي بيقول كده مش واحد صاعد على القهوة، لا ده أعلم قريش. أبا بكر بن سليمان بن خيثمة ده من أعلم قريش في الشعر والنسب. تمام، ده من أعلم الناس في قريش في الشعر والنسب. خلينا نيجي لكتاب الإمام الفاسي في كتاب شفاء الغرام في معرفة أخبار بلد الحرام. الإمام الفاسي وهو أحد قضاة مكة. الإمام الفاسي المكي المالكي، ده كتاب شفاء الغرام بأخبار بلد الحرام، الجزء الثاني طبعا ده الكتب العلمية. وهو بيتكلم على الجزئية إن محمد من أولاد إسماعيل، بس مش من ولاد نابت زي ما شفنا، لا هو من ولاد قيدار. تمام، يعني من ولاد قيدار. ده الكتاب زي ما شايفين صفحة 25 في الباب 27 بيقول ايه؟ وخبر ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما هذا يدل على أن عدنان يرجع إلى قيدار لا إلى نابت ابن إسماعيل. طبعا عشان الموضوع تخمين زي ما انتم شايفين، تخمين قالوا له، فكل واحد يزيد في الزيت بقى، لا ده ابن مش عارف مين، ده ابن مين. فده زي ما انتم شايفين من اختلاف العلماء ان هم مش عارفين هو ابن مين ولاد اسماعيل. ده اصلا ما فيش دليل ان هو من ولاد اسماعيل، وفي كذا جيل من اسماعيل. طبعا المصادر الاسلاميه اللي بتتكلم في النسب يعني مصادر تافهه جدا من الجانب التاريخي، يعني لو تقاس على التاريخ فهي مصادر تافهه جدا يعني، وليس لها اي قيمه. هي لها قيمه عند المسلمين بس في الجانب التاريخي هي 15 ربع جنيه مخروج. من نفس الكتاب شفاء الغرام أخبار بلد الحرام الإمام الفاسي في صفحة 21 بيذكر قصة مضحكة جدا. ده الكتاب اللي بيتكلم على نسب محمد وبتاع، مش بيقول لك روى ابن إسحاق أن إبراهيم عليه السلام لما أمر ببناء البيت، خلينا نضحك كده شوية، لما أمر ببناء البيت اللي هو الكعبة، وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد للبيت وإسماعيل ربنا تقبل منا إلى آخره. لما أمر إبراهيم ببناء البيت أقبل من أرمينيا على البراق حتى انتهى إلى مكة. لما إبراهيم كان بيبني البيت، قبل ما يبني البيت هو كان في أرمينيا، ركب البراق الحمار اللي محمد أسري به، ركب على البراق لحد ما جه مكة. يعني إبراهيم أسري به من أرمينيا لمكة. مش عارف أرمينيا في الجغرافيا دي في وقت إبراهيم يعني، بس يعني. وبها إسماعيل عليه السلام وهو يومئذ ابن 20 سنة، وقد توفيت أمه قبل ذلك. يعني الكتاب ده بيذكر معلومة تافهة جدا، بيقول لك إبراهيم على حمار، ركب حمار من أرمينيا وجه من أرمينيا لحد مكة وبتاع. ده الكتاب اللي بيتكلم يعني مش عشان يعني من الجانب التاريخي اللي بيذكره نسب محمد يعني اخرني ما فيش اي دليل خالص. طيب خلينا نيجي لجزئيه تانية، وهو برضو مرجع تاني في حته الاختلاف في النسب. حته اختلاف للنسب يعني زي ما قلنا في فشخان كبير جدا، ما فيش دليل قطعي او اجتمع العلماء على واحد بس من نسب محمد. نبص مثلا في السيره الحلبيه، كتاب السيره الحلبيه اهو، في سيرة النبي المأمون لبرهان الدين الحلبي، وهو برضو بيتكلم على نسب محمد. طيب يعني وهو بيتكلم على نسب محمد بيقول ايه كده: ابن عباس رضي الله عنه ان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان اذا انتسب، يعني لما يتكلم عن نسبه، لم يجاوز معد بن عدنان ثم يمسك ويقول كذب النسابون. تمام. والاصح من ذلك في قول كذب النسابون قول ابن مسعود لا قوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. الخازوق الاكبر بقى في السيره الحلبيه بيقول لك ايه: قال بعضهم اختلف الناس فيما بين عدنان وإسماعيل من الآباء، فقيل 7 وقيل 9 وقيل 15 وقيل 40 والله أعلم. مفيش دليل حتى ان الأجيال اللي ما بين إسماعيل وعدنان. طيب برضو نبص على كتاب الشيخ محمد رشيد رضا، سيدنا محمد سيرة الرسول، أو كتاب سيدنا محمد الشيخ محمد رشيد رضا، وهو برضو بيتكلم على نسب رسول الإسلام محمد، وبيقول برضو مفيش دليل على نسب محمد. وهو بيتكلم على جدود محمد وبيقول من أول كده بيقول: وأما العرب العاربة كده بقى. الكلام ده هو المفروض إن رسول الله من العرب العاربة مش من المستعربة. تمام. بيقول العرب العاربة اللي هم الأصليين العرب. وأما العرب العاربة فهم بنو سبأ، واسم سبأ عبد شمس، وقالوا لما أكثر الغزو والسبي سمي سبأ اللي هم اليمن، وهو ابن يشجب ابن يعرب ابن قحطان، دول قحطان اللي هم اليمن. تمام. مش ذاكر فيهم خالص عدنان، أو ذاكر فيهم العرب اللي كان منهم محمد. وقبليها بيقول كده إيه بقى، يعني بيقول كلام محترم جدا. بيقول إيه: وكانت مساكن بني قحطان بالحجاز، ولما أسكن إبراهيم الخليل ابن إسماعيل. ومفيش أي دليل تاريخي يثبت إن إبراهيم وإسماعيل كانوا في مكة خالص، أو الجغرافيا دي كان لها اكتشاف قبل القرن الرابع الميلادي، فما بالك قبل الميلاد بكتير جدا في حقبة إبراهيم وإسماعيل. نشأ بينهم وتزوج منهم، وصار يطلق على أولاده العرب المستعربة، لأن أصل إسماعيل ولسانه كان عبرانيا. كده زي ما شفنا ما عندناش دليل واحد 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 كده واحد على إن محمد يرجع لإسماعيل أو ليه نسب ثابت وموثق إن هو لإسماعيل. دي الفرضية الكبيرة. الفرضية الثانية بقى والأهم: ما عندناش دليل قطعي على إن محمد ابن أبوه أصلا، أو نعرف له أب رسول الإسلام. طيب ونجيب القصة من الأول كده زي ما جابها ابن هشام وأسد الغابة في معرفة الصحابة لابن الأثير وغيره. يعني إن عبد الله بن عبد المطلب اتجوز أمنة في نفس اليوم اللي اتجوز فيه عبد المطلب هالة. يعني الراجل جوز ابنه عبد المطلب، اتجوز عبد الله ابنه بأمنة، وهو اتجوز معاه في نفس اليوم بهالة. دخلوا في ليلة واحدة. عبد الله مات في نفس السنة. عبد الله مات في نفس السنة. تمام كده؟ آمنة حبلت، مبروك. هالة حبلت وجابت حمزة. طيب المفروض يبقى حمزة ومحمد في سن بعض، في سن بعض. حتى لو قلنا في واحدة عشرت عن التانية مثلا بسنة أو ما إلى ذلك، هيكون محمد أكبر من حمزة بسنة بالكتير. حمزة أكبر من محمد ب4 سنين. حمزة بن عبد المطلب أكبر من محمد ب4 سنين. حمزة بن عبد المطلب أكبر من محمد ب4 سنين. طيب خلينا نشوف آه ايه الادله على ان محمد ابن عبد الله اصلا. طبعا المسلمين حاولوا يرقعوا الموضوع وقال لك لا، اصل هو قعد في بطن امه 4 سنين، والعلماء قالوا ان مده الحمل ممكن تيجي 4 سنين وممكن توصل 5 و6 و7 و10. واللي عايز الموضوع ده بالتفصيل هتلاقوني عامل حلقه عليه عندي على اليوتيوب على قناه سعيد ابو مصطفى المرتد عن الاسلام، شارح فيها كل الادله والمصادر ان مده الحمل في الاسلام بتوصل ل4 سنين و3 سنين و7 سنين و10 سنين كما قال الفقهاء، واستندوا على اثار وما الى ذلك. خلينا نيجي على الحته الثانيه بقى، وهو ان محمد زي ما انتم عارفين نشأ في بيئه جاهليه. نشأ في بيئه جاهليه لا تقرأ ولا تكتب، وكان منتشره بينها الفحشاء والرذيله، الزنا واصحاب الرايات الحمر وما الى ذلك. وكان في حاجه موجوده في الجاهليه منتشره اسمها نكاح الاستبضاع. نكاح الاستبضاع ده اللي هو ايه؟ اللي هو في كذا فرع. احد الفروع منه لو واحد شاف واحد جامد جدا محارب في جيش شجاع، او شاعر، يعني محارب في جيش او شاعر وعايز ابنه يكون زيه، فيعمل ايه؟ يبعت مراته للراجل ده بعد ما مراته تخلص منها العاده الشهريه، بعد ما تحيد العاده الشهريه عشان تتاكد ان هي مش حامل منه خالص بتاع، يبعتها يقول لها روحي للراجل ده خليه ينام معاك، احبلي منه، استبضعي منه. الحاجه الثانيه هو نكاح الرهط اللي هو السكس الجماعي بالبلد. نتفقه اكتر في الموضوع ده بتاع نكاح الاستبضاع. بص في كتاب عمدة القاري بشرح صحيح البخاري الجزء ال 14 للإمام بدر الدين العيني، صفحة 81. وفي البخاري الحديث المعروف عن عروة بن الزبير، خلينا نكبر، صفحة 81 عمدة القاري جزء 14 عن عروة بن الزبير أن عائشة زوج النبي أخبرته أن النكاح في الجاهلية كان على 4 أنحاء، فنكاح منها نكاح الناس اليوم، يخطب الرجل وليته وابنته فيصدقها ثم ينكحها، ونكاح الآخر كان الرجل يقول لامرأته إذا طهرت من طمثها بعد ما تخلص العادة الشهرية أرسلي إلي يا فلان فأستبضعي منه، ويعتزلها زوجها ولا يمسها أبدا حتى يتبين حملها من ذلك الرجل الذي تستبضع منه، فإذا تبين حملها أصابها زوجها إذا أحب، بعد ما يتأكد إنها حبلت. تمام. فاستبضعي منه واعتزلها زوجها ولا يمسها أبدا حتى يتبين حملها من ذلك الرجل الذي تستبضع منه، فإذا تبين حملها أصابها زوجها، لما يتبين انها حملها أصابها زوجها إذا أحب، وإنما يفعل ذلك رغبة في نجابة الولد. فكان هذا النكاح نكاح الاستبضاع. ونكاح آخر يسمى نكاح الرهط ما دون ال10، تحت ال10 رجال من 1 ل9، يجتمع الرهط ما دون ال10 فيدخلون على المرأة كلهم يصيبوها، يناموا معها 10 رجال كلهم يخشوا عليه يصيبوها، فإذا حملت ووضعت ومر عليها ليالي بعد أن تضع حملها أرسلت إليهم، فلم يستطع رجل منهم أن يمتنع حتى يجتمع عندها تقول لهم قد عرفتم الذي كان من أمركم وقد ولدت فهو ابنك يا فلان، فتسمي من أحبت باسمي فيلحق به ولدها. لا يستطيع أن يمتنع الرجل. ونكاح الرابع يجتمع الناس الكثير فيدخلون على المرأة لا تمتنع ممن جاءها، وهن البغايا كنا ينصبن أبوابها الرايات تكون علما، فمن أراد يدخل عليهم، فإذا حملت أحدهم ووضعت حملها جمعوا لها ودعوا لهم القف ثم ألحقوا بولدها الذي يرون، فالتقط به ودعا ابنه لا يمتنع من ذلك. فلما بعث محمد بالحق هدم نكاح الجاهلية كله إلا نكاح الناس اليوم. فده اللي كان موجود في الجاهلية، يعني ده اللي كان موجود في الجاهلية زي ما شايفين، اللي هو نكاح الرهط ونكاح الاستبضاع. تمام، نكاح الرهط ونكاح الاستبضاع. وخلينا نختم بقى الحتة دي ونخش على مصدر تاني، وده خازوقي بمعنى كلمة الخازوقي. بيقول كده: أصابها أي جماعة زوجها قوله وإنما يفعل ذلك أي الاستبضاع من فلان، قوله رغبة أي لأجل رغبة في دجابة الولد، من نجب ينجب إن كان فاضلا نفسيا نفيسا من نوعه، وكانوا نكبر كده شوية، وكانوا يطلبون ذلك اكتسابا من ماء الفحل، وكانوا يطلبونه من أشرافهم ورؤسائهم وأكابرهم. يعني كانوا بيعملوا كده، يعني ما اشوف الرئيس بتاعه او واحد جامد زحليقه، فيعني تعالى بقول لك ايه، هبعت لك مراتي تنام معاها بس حبلها لي وهاتها وخلاص كده. فده كان منتشر في الجاهليه. طبعا انتوا عارفين، يعني زي ما انتوا عارفين ان رسول الاسلام صلى الله عليه وسلم كان امه، يعني امه وابوه مشركين في البيئه الجاهليه دي، وده كان منتشر في البيئه الجاهليه. طيب يعني عم سعيد انت عايز تقول يعني يا كافر يا عدو والله، انت عايز والعياذ بالله تطعن في شرف رسول الله يا كافر، وتقول ان الرسول مش ابن ابوه ابن حرام يا كافر يا ابن 60 في 70؟ طيب يا عم ده كان منتشر في الجاهليه، في ناس ما كانتش بتعمله. ايه الدليل بقى ان حد من والدي رسول الله عمل الكلام ده؟ خلينا نقرا في الكتاب ده، نجيب الكتاب ده ونشوف هل في دليل فعلا على ان عبد الله بن عبد المطلب والعياذ بالله والعياذ بالله كان يستبضع، ولا السيدة آمنة والعياذ بالله والعياذ بالله كانت تستبضع والعياذ بالله. خلينا نبص نقرا في الكتاب ده، نزهة الألباب فيما لا يوجد في كتاب شهاب الدين أحمد التيفاشي تحقيق جمال جمعة، ونبص في صفحة 16، صفحة 16 بيقول كده اهو، بيشرح العادة بتاعت الاستبضاع، وبيقول إن الاستبضاع دي عادة يعني جت يعني مش جت للعرب من العرب، يعني هي جت للعرب من العجم يعني، وإنما يفعل ذلك رغبة في نجابة الولد. وتورد في بعض كتب التاريخ، نكمل الكلام ده مهم جدا، يقول كده اهو: وتورد في بعض كتب التاريخ أن عبد الله ابن عبد المطلب والد رسول الله قد تعرض لمثل هذه التجربة قبل أن يتزوج آمنة. لا 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 لا، مش مصدق يعني. أنت والعياذ بالله كافر يا كافر يا زنديق يا عدو الله، أنت عايز تطعن في يعني والعياذ بالله. يعني ممكن عبد الله ده يكون عنده ولاد تانيين، ولاده الحقيقيين غير محمد، من الست اللي هو كان بيستبدع بيها؟ لا 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 لا. يبقى السيدة آمنة كانت بتستبدع أكيد. يبقى العادة دي أو النوع ده من النكاح كان منتشر وما كانش بعيد عن الثقافة أو العرف السائد عند بني هاشم، والدليل أهو عبد الله استبدع. قد تعرض لمثل هذه التجربة قبل أن يتزوج آمنة، إذ أن امرأة من بني أسد وهي رقية أخت ورقة بن نوفل قد مرت به وهي عند الكعبة، فقالت له حين نظرت إلى وجهه: أين تذهب يا عبد الله؟ قال: مع أبي. مع أبي، تعالى مولكش. ايه رأيكم؟ ده عشان بس انا عارف طبعا ان ده كفر، الكلام ده كفر والعياذ بالله، وبيطعن في نسب رسول الله، بس دي الحقيقة. تقعد ترقع بقى يمين شمال مش عارف ايه، هو ده الحقيقة.
Why not? Let us
There
go
you go.
immediately to the most damaging part.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, here. Page 51. All right. Okay. Basically, what we can read is maybe you want to highlight it, bro, or you can read it,
You
bro.
wanna
I've
read
been
that one?
talking for a long time. Yeah, you go ahead, read it.
Abu Jarar al-Tabari and
Jafar, Abu
other,
Jafar,
oh
Abu
sorry,
Jafar.
Jafar,
Yeah,
Abu
yeah.
Jafar, sorry, my bad.
No
Al-Tabari
problem.
and other related that Almighty God sent a revelation that time to Armia bin Halkia, telling
Yeah.
him to go to X location to inform him that God has given him rule over the Arabs, and God commanded Armia to carry with Mu'ad bin Adnan. Mu'ad. Adnan on the horse Al-Burak, so that they would not bear him any renounce, saying, For I shall draw forth from his lines a noble prophet by whom I shall seal the prophethood. So that's about Adnan.
Mm.
Uh,
Maybe you go to the next page, page
yeah, I
52.
think I
Yeah,
am not reading where I should. Hold on,
yeah.
this is the
Page.
one. This is the one. Al Sayyid Suhaili.
Mm.
Uh, okay,
Go
so
down, go down.
this is
Yeah,
why they are saying that attempt to tracing genealogy back before Adnan. They cannot
yeah.
attempt to trace any genealogy
Mm.
back to Adnan, number one. And also Haley said the same thing, that they cannot prove anything. Scholars who favor do not disapprove of it. The man such as Ibn Hadas, Al-Bukhari and Zuhairi and other and Dibri and others. And then
Mm.
if we go down, as for Malik, God have mercy on him, he expressed disapproval when asked about someone tracing his descendant back to Adnan, and commented, whereas comes to him knowledge of that. Where did you get this knowledge? How can you do that?
Yeah,
When he was asked about tracing back to Ishmael, he expressed similar disapproval, asking who could provide such an information. So basically, Malik is saying Malik cannot even go back to Adnan as well,
yeah. So,
right?
guys,
He's not
basically, we have a problem. Maybe you can show that family tree. All right.
okay.
Before we continue, because this is really damaging, guys. We are destroying the standard narrative that Muhammad supposedly comes from the bloodline of Ishmael, which is nothing but a lie. They can't find that lineage. It stops at Adnan. And don't forget the name Adnan. And our brother here is going to put basically the family tree of the prophets, and you'll see where it's ends for Muhammad, his lineage. Because after Adnan, before Adnan, they don't know the names. Unknown.
And and if you
It stops there.
sorry,
Yeah.
and if you read this, Malik even said that he can't even trace it back to Adnan as well. So
Yeah.
Malik is even a little more forward, and he said I can't even trace it back to Adnan.
Yeah. And look what it says. Maybe you can highlight the part. We have found no one who knows the line between Adnan and Ishmael. Do you see it? Highlight that part, brother. We have found no one
Where are you reading from?
in the middle of the page, a little bit lower than the middle of the page. We have found
Okay.
no one who knows the line between Adnan and Ishmael. So they don't know. They don't know these names. They have no idea, right? It stops at Adnan. So how do they claim? How do they claim that Muhammad is from the bloodline of Ishmael? And if we continue reading, it's reported that Ibn Abbas, Hubr al-Ummah, the cousin of Muhammad, the ink of the Ummah himself, the scholar of Islam, the Sheikh of Sheikhs. Ibn Abbas said, the next line, Ibn Abbas said, between Adnan and Ishmael or Ishmael, there were 30 ancestors who are unknown. Unknown. They have no idea who these people are. They don't have the names. They have no idea. Do you see it? And now put the map, bro. Put the map on the screen.
Yes.
Watch, guys. This is what we are trying to say, basically. Watch.
So this is a map, and
Guys, do
let
you have
me.
any idea? Do you have any idea how damaging this is? Can you make it a little bit bigger, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing that. Let me remove my
I can
nameplate
you
from there.
Yeah, you can do a full screen even, right? Even bigger than this, I think, if it's possible.
Yes, this is bigger. Okay, so if I zoom a little more, this is a very
Yeah.
okay.
Now pay
So
attention, guys. Yeah. You
this
see,
guy,
yeah, you can point the name of Muhammad there, right? You see, there's Muhammad in the bottom.
mhm. Hold on, there's a problem on my side. Just give me a sec. Okay, so this is Muhammad.
Yeah.
Draw. Let's do that.
hmm Make it bigger again. It's very small. Yeah.
So it's not doing zoom. Sorry, my bad. So this is Muhammad. Let me draw that and then I'll do that. This is
Yeah.
Muhammad,
There's Muhammad exactly. You see the blue line?
and we
Adnan is
have to.
somewhere in the middle. There, in the
This
bottom
is
middle.
Adnan. This is Adnan.
So, and can you draw a line between Muhammad and Adnan, bro?
So yeah, this is the line between Muhammad and Adnan.
So this is the family tree all the way to Adnan, basically.
If
And,
if
and
you
it
go by
stops.
other
Yeah,
sources.
if we go by the Islamic sources, and it stops there at Adnan. But Ishmael is all the way on the top. You see the yellow line, the yellow line that you see there, being drawn by Brother Adam. This line, they don't know. It's a huge mystery. They don't have the names. They don't know. It stops at Adnan, and it stops only at Adnan. Muslims, how dare you to lie to us? How dare you to lie to yourselves, saying, making a false claim that Muhammad comes from the bloodline of Ishmael? It's nothing but a lie. And my friend Adam Seeker, you need to, when people are asking for this page, you need to ask money for it, bro, because this page is destroying Islam 101.
Okay, let me send the page.
Copyrighted, brother.
Yeah, I am just sending the page. There you go, guys. You can have that. It's on the Google. I just took it from the Google right now because I have it somewhere on my disk. I was not able to find it, so I just searched on
Yeah,
the Google and took a new one.
let me try something, bro. Maybe I can share my screen.
Sure, please.
Let's see.
Because like I was not able to find the high def
Yeah.
image that I had.
No problem. Okay, let's see. Basically, here's the same map, right? Here's the same map. You
There you
see,
go.
Adam is on top, the first man
That's
that
me.
God created, right? Adam. All the way down. This is Muhammad. Let me make it bigger for the people to see. This is Muhammad. This is Adnan. This is Muhammad. So from Muhammad all the way to Adnan, they know the names. That's what basically Sirah Nabawiyya is saying. They know all these names, but it stops here. All the other names that go back to Ishmael, here's Ishmael, see Ishmael, the son of Abraham, right? All these people, they don't know who they are. Unknown names. Unknown names. Basically. All right. So you Muslims have a disaster to deal with. It stops for Adnan. So how dare you to claim that Muhammad comes from Ishmael? That's a lie. That's a lie from hell. And even your most trusted people like Ibn Abbas, even Omar, can you go to, you know what? Let me try to do it.
Let me do that again.
I think, okay, let's see. Do I have it? Yeah, let me
Okay,
go to page 2, page 52 here.
There you go.
Yeah, guys, look, again. Can I make it bigger? Yes, I can.
Oh, that's my image.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah, I know. I stole it from you, bro. Don't worry.
Come on, that's all yours, man.
Yeah. Now, look, guys. Look what it says. We showed you what Ibn Abbas said, and look what it says here. We never knew anyone with information going back beyond Ma'ad bin Adnan. The same Adnan. They don't know. They don't know. We never knew anyone with information going back beyond Ma'ad bin Adnan, whether relating to poetry or other knowledge. Abu Omar said that there was a group of predecessors, including Abdullah bin Mas'ud, Amr bin Maymun al-Azdi, and Muhammad bin Ka'b al-Quradhi, who when they recited the verse from the Quran, and those after them, whom no one but God knows. The genealogists lied.
Lied.
They lied. Do you see how they always doing cover up, cover up? It's a disaster, guys. This is a disaster for the ummah, right? They don't know. Look, we never found, look what it says. Urwa bin Zubair say, we never found anyone who knew genealogy back past Adnan, nor past Qathan, unless they were using conjecture. So they are nothing but liars. Anyone who says that Muhammad goes back to Ishmael, he's nothing but a liar, because the bloodline stops at Adnan. Adnan is the disaster. The name Adnan, don't forget the name Adnan, guys. Remember the name Adnan, because that's where it stops for Muhammad. That's a disaster, guys.
And by the way, all these names that they have till Adnan,
Yeah.
Malik actually said that I don't even believe that, because look at the names. Hashim, okay, Abu Munaf, Kusi, Kalib, Murad, Kaab, Loi, Ghalib, and Fahir, and Malik, and Al-Nadar, Kanan, Khuzaima, Mudikhra, or something like that, Ilyas, Murad, Nazar, Muad, and Adnan. So all of these names, like, have you ever heard of these names in any other book other than Islamic books?
Crazy, man.
None. You want, and that is why let me just put my screen one more time. That is why Malik actually said, Malik was very truthful. He's like, and they said, as for Malik, God have mercy on him, he expressed disapproval when asked about someone tracing his descendant back to Adnan. So even back to Adnan, he's like, it's like, I don't know, maybe.
No, it says Adam, bro.
Oh, sorry, Adam. Sorry,
Adam. Back to Adam, and commented. Yeah,
my bad.
And then it says, whence comes to him knowledge of that when he asked about tracing back to Ishmael. So the disaster is Ishmael, right? This disaster is Ishmael. Ishmael has nothing to do with Muhammad. Muslims, stop lying. Your prophet has nothing to do with Ishmael. Ishmael lived up way north, right? Remember, Hagar and her son Ishmael went to Egypt. His sons, the sons of Ishmael, they lived in northern Arabia, basically today's Jordan, right? Jordan, Kedar, Jordan, that area. But if we show you a map, there is at least 1,200 kilometers between Kedar, Jordan, and Mecca and Medina. Muslims, your prophet has nothing to do with Abraham. Your prophet has nothing to do with Ishmael. The Kaaba was not built by Abraham and his son. Stop lying. You liars, you deceivers. You have no idea what you're talking about. Your scholars lie to you. Islamic history is nothing but a lie. And don't we always say, Brother Adam, without lies, Islam dies. Without lies, Islam dies.
No, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. Alright, here we go. The one who created the universe, the one who created the whole world is making a verse, says, hey female, Any one of you would like to have a bang bang bing bong with the Prophet? Give yourself to the Prophet. Come on. The Prophet sex club. That's disgusting. That is an insult to God. You're a prophet, he claimed, that he invoked his God Allah, and he sent him a dish of shish kebab. It's called al-kufayt. Ooh. Yummy, yummy. All right. And then after he ate it, he got the power of 40 men in boom boom. He is a sex machine. The hadith is sahih, brother. Sahih. No, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. What kind of a prophet? He go and have sex with all the women he have, regardless if they are 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. And yet he don't even wash. Is he the devil? And this is Sahih. CP. Boom boom. The penis prophet. Boom boom. No, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. Boom boom. It's just for sex. Sexy club. Boom boom. Muhammad is a prophet of God. He came to tell us about God. Muhammad, he want to spread Islam. Muhammad want to convert us to Islam. But Muhammad now, he want the vagina of our women. What does this have to do with Islam? He want women to sleep with him, and he claim it is God. This is a privilege from God. This is not his fault. No, CP. It doesn't say that, CP. Boom boom. It's just for sex. Sexy club. Boom boom. So everything for the sake of Allah. Even Muhammad taking money from people, raping women, stealing children from their family, burning trees, having sex with Aisha, taking the wife of his own son, taking the fifth of the booties. Everything Muhammad, he made for the sake of Allah. Everything. This man is not speaking for God. He's speaking for his vanity. He's speaking for his private bone. In one wash. Boom boom. It's just for sex. Sexy club. Boom boom. We are not here to make fun of Muslims. We are here to show you how stupid Islam is. I feel sorry for them. At the end of the day, we are here to share with you the truth. And the truth will set you free. And this is how we do it. Thank you very much. Christ is Lord. Islam is false.